So today I have a very special review for you. This is a 2014 BMW 335i xDrive, and this is my daily driver. So let's take it from the top. 2014 BMW would be your year and make. 335 would be your model, or specifically kind of the 3 part. So this is a 3 Series, which is kind of the smaller than mid-size sedan. So it's kind of equivalent to that C-Class from Mercedes, but also kind of smaller than either the E-Class from Mercedes or the 5 Series from BMW. So it's kind of that slightly smaller sedan. 35, or kind of the 35 part of the 335, would be your trim level. So there's a 328i, there's a 330, there's a 340i, and then the 335i is kind of right in the middle. So it's kind of that medium trim level. And then lastly, xDrive. We've been through this, it just means 4-wheel drive. So now let's talk about performance briefly. This is a straight 6, 3-liter turbocharged engine producing 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. So definitely a little bit slower than those other cars I've driven so far. And your 0 to 60 is 4.6 to 4.8 seconds. So pretty strong. But I would say kind of the most unique car aspect about this car so far would be the 6-speed manual. So kind of your immediate question might be, why did you choose to have a 6-speed manual for your daily driver? And I think it's pretty simply because it's a choose your own adventure type of car. With the 6-speed manual, or a manual in general, as you get good at driving it, it's not really any more work than an automatic. If I want to check out and I want to talk on the phone or something as I'm driving the manual, you 100% can. But you can also shift and have a ton of fun and really take the car kind of as quick as you want to go. So let me explain that a little bit more. When I drove that BMW M3 competition in Virginia, it was a fantastic car, but you had to be going pretty quick in order to experience it and really have fun with it. Some of it's just the engineering of the car, the performance level of the car, the tuning of the car. But in order to really have fun with that, you got to be going, let's say 50, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. And while we were on open roads in Virginia, so it worked, that for me, that's not practical for a daily driver. I'd much rather a car that's fun in kind of the 0 to 40 range than the 40 to 80 range. And I think that's what you can have with a manual. I can have just as much fun floating from 0 to 40, kind of shifting around in this car as I would in that 40 to 80 range with that M3. So it's like the Boss 302 as well. That car you could kind of check out in, or if you wanted to have a ton of fun going from 0 to 40, you can definitely do that. And for me, the 0 to 40 part is kind of the most important part of a daily driver. So next, let's talk about MPG. MPG is 20, 24, 30 in regards to city combined highway. But again, especially with the manual, I would say it's almost going to be 100% reliant upon how you shift. This car gets pretty good MPG, but of course, if you aggressively shift and downshift, your MPG will have definite issues because of that. But if you want to check out and kind of focus on MPG, you definitely can do that as well. So now let's talk about the price. Brand new, this car is $50,000. Today, I think you're looking at kind of more in that $18,000 to $20,000 range. So definitely a pretty reasonable price. Also cheaper than kind of the other cars we've been looking at so far, mainly because it's just not as tuned up. But it's definitely, I think, a pretty reasonable price point. So this is the front. As you can see, it has nice ground effects on the bottom, nice sleek design language on the front. And then as you move back, you have the continuation of this line down the side. And then also, I do really like the kind of black accent it has here. You can see that's actually not part of the door. It's on there, as well as this kind of black mini spoiler. You also do have dual exhaust on the back. And of course, you have that full design language going down the side. So as you get into the car, you can see, first off, you have your cruise control here. You've got your volume here. You got your turn signal down here, wipers here. I need a oil change, so that's why that light is on. But you also see it is a fully analog display, which I really like. Now, as you move to this intersection, you have a screen here. This is kind of all for your radio up here, your presets, as well as kind of changing it between AM or FM. You've got all here as far as kind of your climate control. Next, you've got a platform here. You can pull that out and get the cup holders underneath. You then have, of course, the manual, kind of the shifter here. And then as you move back, you've got different traction control options here, your e-brake, and then your center console. So this is the back seat. The front seat is configured as it was when I was driving, so I haven't pushed it any forward at all. And even with it in my current configuration, I have room in the back seat for my knees. Now, in the middle, you've got your vents, heated seats, lights at the top, and then you also have a kind of center console back here with room for your drinks and anything else you might want. And that's also the other door. You got a speaker as well as the cup holder there. Now, as we look at the trunk, you have two compartments here off to the side, the right here and the left here. You also do have a little storage area down here. And then as you can see the seats up there, I'm going to pull this here and this here. And then if we come to the front here, you can see now these seats go full lay flat. So now that is how much space I have. So now let's go through my scoring. Exterior, 6. I really do like the car overall. I really do like the lines on it. I do like kind of the black accents on kind of the rear doors, as well as that kind of back mini spoiler. But I thought about kind of doing some things, either kind of wrapping it a darker color or also just making the rims black. Now, as far as interior, I'm going to say 7. I really do like all the buttons you have up here. This is an older car, so it's just gonna have kind of more buttons because of that. But I really do like the buttons. I really do like the red interior. I think the buttons on the steering wheel are especially helpful, and they're kind of laid out in a very strong manner. So I really do like the interior. Next, for performance, also gonna give it a 6. 300 horsepower just isn't that quick. It's a manual, so I can make it go a little bit faster, and I feel like I can get all of those 300 horses. But I've also thought about tuning it. Stage 1 tune would get me to around 375 horsepower. So that's definitely something I've been looking at to kind of up that performance. Next, in terms of feel, I would say the feel is an 8. Now, some of that is, I think probably any manual would probably be at least a 6. Just because, again, you can choose your own adventure and go as quick or as slow as you want. But I can also tell you this gearbox is fantastic. That Boss 302 that I drove, the gearbox was clunky, to say the least. This gearbox is incredibly smooth. It really rewards a strong gear shift, and I really think it feels great because of that. Lastly, in terms of value, I'm gonna go with a 7. 18 to 20,000 for a car like this that has really great feel. Also, I think very strong reliability, and I think still looks great. I think is a very strong price point for sure. I hope you enjoyed the review, and make sure to subscribe.